Hi everyone, Nightlight9 here, and if you're trying to eke out as much possible survivability and strength as you can to clear high difficulty content, especially the latest one with the Sephiroth EX challenge, then what I'm going to discuss in this video is definitely going to help you. And what I want to discuss is how potency works, specifically related to C abilities. So if we look at the event weapon here, Lefko, Kipseli, or even Sephiroth's Torn Wing, we'll notice that each one of these have a C ability that increases defense to a single ally. And specifically though, what I want to talk about is what does max potency mean and how do we achieve it? So one of the reasons that, actually the main reason in my opinion, that you should be trying to get copies of these in order to overboost them is because it increases this max potency. If you notice with Torn Wing and Barrett's event weapon is the exact same, they both give mid potency defense increase, but they also both start at max potency mid as well. But as soon as you can get it to this one pink star overboost level, the max potency goes to high. Now we all know obviously that potency mid up here just means whenever that ability is cast, it's going to be a mid potency buff. But what does max potency high mean, and how do we achieve that? Well, it doesn't mean that this weapon is ever capable, no matter how high you get it, of single casting this ability and getting a max potency of high. What it actually means is that this weapon has, or this ability has the potential to stack to a max potency of high. And that is extremely important because if we're trying to achieve that high potency, we need to know and pay attention to the order of operations or the order that we cast these abilities in. Now let's take a look at another weapon, Aerith's Mithril Rod. It has an ability called Saving Grace. And you'll notice here that whenever you don't have it leveled up, no overboosting, it has a potency of low and a max potency of mid. Okay, so what this means obviously is when she casts, it'll be low, but it can stack only up to mid. So we can actually use Saving Grace combined with one of these weapons' abilities to get a high. But if we cast them in the wrong order, we won't get that extra stacking too high. So how does this work? Well, basically, it matters which one you cast first. So in these examples, because Mithril Rod has a lower max potency, it needs to be cast first in order to achieve high potency. So what it would look like is what I'm about to show you. If you cast Saving Grace first, giving the low potency defense increase, and then you follow it up with a weapon like Torn Wing, for example, and cast that buff with a mid, because the Torn Wing has the ability to stack to high max potency, you will get the 3 up arrows, right? 1 arrow showing for low, 2 for mid, and 3 for high. However, if we do it in the opposite order and use Torn Wing first for the mid potency and try to stack that by casting Saving Grace second, because Saving Grace is limited here to a max potency of mid, we will not achieve the high potency defense buff. And so this is very important, and the reason I wanted to cover this is because it's not really intuitive when you read the skills, and there's nowhere in the game that I could find that actually just explained how this works. And you can use this to try to survive some of those Octaslashes. Maybe having a high potency defense buff is the difference maker between surviving and dying. This could also be used in fights like Shiva when she's using Diamond Dust. And this same information also applies to debuffs. Stack them in the same way. Always start with whatever has the lowest max potency, and then the next one you cast should be whatever has the higher max potency. That's how you get stacking buffs and debuffs. Hopefully this helps you out. If you found this content helpful, subscribe. Thank you.